Question from the 2023 exam, and we're going to get it completed there now, okay? I may use colours during this just to emphasise a few little points. So, reading the question, it says, shown on the right is a dimensioned drawing of the toy submarine. So it gives you all the dimensions over here on the right hand side. And the curve ABCD is an ellipse. So ABCD is an ellipse, that's good to know. AC is the major axis, longest straight line going through the center point of the shape, and BD is the minor axis of the ellipse, the shortest straight line distance going through the center point of the shape. The lines PT, P and T, and RS, RS are tangents to the ellipse at points P and R on the curve. So R and P and the center of this circle are on a line. So once we have the ellipse drawn, we step out to here, draw a vertical line that will give us P, the center, and R, and that's a tangent and a tangent. And we know that a tangent is a line that touches a curve at only one point. The line PQ here is a normal to the tangent, and a normal is 90 degrees to that. So given the lengths of the major axis AC and BD below, draw the ellipse. So we can draw this in multiple ways. We can use our concentric circles method, we can use our trammel method, we could use the rectangle method. For speed, we're going to use, or I'm going to use the trammel method. Now when we are using the trammel method, what do we make sure to do with this piece of paper? We make sure to stick it to the sheet. So this is going to be point P. This is the point that our P is going to be drawing all the points on the curve. And this is 2, which is half P2 equals half the major, P1 equals half the minor. So again, P is the one that's drawing all the points. We know that B is a point on the ellipse, and therefore point 1 is now my trammel. So I have my trammel. So as I swing this around, 1 will stay on the major axis, 2 will stay on the minor axis, and I'm marking all of my points that are necessary.
Could Emmanuel in 6th year come to the principal's office, please? Emmanuel in 6th year.
So we keep rotating this round. And P is constantly drawing the points of the ellipse. 2 always stays on the minor axis, 1 always stays on the major axis, and P is always the one that is drawing the points. You make sure to attach this trammel to the page as evidence and proof of your technique and method used to draw the elliptical shape. Again, the more points you have, the more accurate your curve is going to be and easier it is to join up from freehand sketching. But again, you want to meet it in the middle and you don't want to have too many points that's going to delay you to get the question done. So find a nice medium balance between that. So there's my ellipse, and if I join up all my points, freehand sketch them in. Again, making sure not to go to a point, because it's a continuous curve. Just freehand sketch the ellipse in, joining up all the points. Like so. And that is my ellipse complete. Now, the next thing is we're going to draw. I'm going to make sure to rip this page off, or this section off here. And I'm going to attach that to the sheet for later, or I can attach it at the end. Just make sure that you don't lose it. Come in. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Trammel then for later on. I can tape that to my page when I'm handing it up. Okay. Everybody's happy enough with that? Okay. So we'll move on now to our next step, and I'm going to measure out the circles. So the circles are radius of 12, and from the center I step out 35. So if I go 10, 20, 35 for the first one, 10, 20, 35 for the second one. I'll set up a radius of 12. So there's my mark there, so I can set my compass up to that measurement. All three circles are the same size. They're all radius 12. So that's the three circles done. Then to find points P and R, I'm going to join that line down there. That there is P. That there is R. Okay. I will, from B, I'll continue on this vertical line here. We'll do the fin of the submarine, so we'll do this bit here. So we're going to do radius 25, so from B I'm going to step up by 25. Set up our compass to that measurement. And swing my arc. From that top point I'm going to go across horizontally, and Q will be somewhere on that point. Okay, we have to just find Q just yet. Alright. Now, it mentions here about F1. Okay. Now, does anybody know how to get F1, the focal point? What is the rule to get the focal point? Anybody know? So, if I take my measurement of half the major from the center to C with my compass, that is the measurement of half the major. If I take that measurement and swing it from B or D, I will get both my focal points. And just to prove that I have the right measurement, if I put the compass on D, I should get the exact same mark. So that's focal point number 1 and focal point number 2. And I need both of them later on anyway, so I might as well just mark them in. So F1 and F2. Okay? Where F1 lands on the center line, the nose of the submarine is drawn in. Just a little bit of shading like the question, just to make it stand out. Now, the tail of our submarine is a simple semicircle, and from C we're going to step out by 40 millimeters. From that point we're going to draw our arc, and we'll draw a vertical line here at the 40 millimeter mark also. Now, the last two steps that I need to do are the tangent for PT and RS. So I need to draw a tangent. And then the second step is to draw a normal, QP. Alright? Now to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to use our focal points. We have P and R, and we need to find the normal and tangents. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this in red pen just to show you what I'm doing. So from the focal point, I'm going to draw a line from the focal point through P. From the other focal point, I'm going to draw a line through P. I've now created 4 angles. 1, 2, 3, 4. These opposite angles are equal. Okay? And if we bisect them, we will get either our tangent or our normal, depending on what we're looking for. So if I bisect this angle here, I will get the tangent and therefore then find T. So this is where I'm going here. I'm going to bisect this angle to get the angle for PT. So create your first arc from point A, and from point B we're going to create 2 more arcs. Now for this I just widen the set or the compass a little bit. Just the further away these arcs are from P, the more accurate your line is going to be in your angle. So I'll create a second arc resting the compass on point A. I'll create a third arc resting the compass on point B. Now the arcs from A and B must be the same measurement. You can't readjust it another time. So therefore, I've now found my tangent to point P. Now remember, a tangent is a line that touches a curve at only one point. So therefore that green line is my tangent. The normal is 90 degrees to the tangent, and therefore it's the same technique, except I'm going to bisect this angle here. So again, we set up our compass, we create our first arc, giving us, let me draw properly, giving us points 1 and 2. We take our compass and we put it on 1, creating an arc, a second arc, and now put it on 2 and create a third arc, and where those arcs cross we join it back to P, giving us our normal and finding point Q. And the key thing about this is that there is a 90-degree angle. So our fin is complete. I just need to do the tail here for our tangent, so I need to do the same thing. So from focal point F2 through R, I'll draw a red line. From focal point 1 through R, I'll draw a red line, giving me 4 angles. Opposite angles are equal. If I bisect this angle here, that will give me the tangent. So I create arc number 1 with points 3 and 4. Create 2 more arcs. And that will give me the bisecting line that will create the tangent for RS. There is S, there is T. And if we wanted to or needed to, we could always just colour in our tail. And that is the question complete. Okay.